Been in a minute.
Man's back shot in the flipping garments.
Come on.
Man's back shot in the garments.
I'm outside again, man.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, man.
You seeing these flipping young bucks out there having man running up and down all over the fucking place. You know what? I'm gonna start a fucking clothing line. Yeah, have man coming and giving me their garms. Yeah, give me your fucking jacket. Yeah, and I'll give you one of mine. That's what I'm on.
I respect it though, man.
What? I'm more than respect it.
Yeah, hustle's mad still.
More than mad. What are you talking about? It's more than mad. Right now, if you can get people to like, obviously aside from the branding, if you can get people to feel as though they could potentially miss out on something. Look, you see what's happening with the RnB Party.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew you was gonna say.
You see what's happening with the RnB Party. Me and Taser's doing the R&B. This one's gonna be our
third one. Third installment.
Bro, let me tell you something. Huh? You press record? Of course, bro. You know my thing, man. Have you pressed record?
Yeah.
Right.
So am I looking on the camera though? Am I looking good? Yeah. All right. It's been a minute.
Yeah, like. As soon as it sells out, people fiend, bro. I said as well, like I was like, listen, yo, I don't know who needs to hear this. You saw it, innit? I said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's only 20% left. And I was being like, I was exaggerating.
Yeah, I know. I reposted it. I said, nah, he's lying. It's only 10%.
20%, yeah.
It's only 10%.
I said 25%. As soon as it said sold out, do you know how much people messaged me?
Yeah, I think people think we're lying. You know, because you know, you've gone through an era where there was DJs that would say, or promoters that would say, "Yo, sold out," so they could gas people, and then you DM them, and it's like, I can put 2 tickets.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? But with this one, I told people, listen, and people are even saying, "Taser, I'll pay now." I'm like, bro, I don't think you seem to understand what I'm saying. Because Dice do this new thing. So Dice is a ticketing platform. Yeah, you can sell tickets on. They do this thing that once you mark an event as sold out, they open up a waiting list.
Yeah, I've noticed
and then obviously, I think if someone decides that they're not coming no more, they just reallocate the tickets. But I don't know how they let people know.
They probably email.
Probably, but I don't know how many. So there's a waiting list, and the waiting list now is probably about 100, 200 names strong.
Is it? Oh no.
So I don't need to let you know if there's tickets available. It will let people know by default. So I can't save tickets for you. Bear man message me. I'll buy a table. I got the peas now. Come to your yard now. I'm like, my brother, when I sent you the ticket link is when you should have got the ticket.
Right. And this is it. You see, like now, obviously, I'm going to have a little light guest list in it. We discussed that a couple of days. Yeah. But next time, there's not going to be none.
Yeah, there's no need.
There's not none in it. I'm just sending the link in it. This is what it is. It's on this day. Like,
just act accordingly. I don't understand. Like, I'm not the type of promoter to gas up my thing in it. If it's not sold out, really. Exactly. If it's not sold out, I'm never going to tell you it's sold out. I'm going to say, you man, boy, it's looking 80%.
Right.
But
yeah,
pattern up in it.
Yeah.
But this one, if I say sold out, but I promise you, on my end, it means sold out.
It means don't shout me.
It means don't hit me up. I'm even going by myself.
Yeah. Oh, I do, bro. You know, like
I'll pull up and say, "Fuck you, man. I'm cool. I don't need an entourage to go to this event." We saw what I didn't expect that last time.
Neither did I.
Bro, I hit the stage. I looked out. All I could see was women. So where's the man? Them. I see a couple of heads here and there, but it was like one man amongst 8 gal. Even he's in the crowd like, who do I chat to? Like,
yeah.
And it's slow jack, bro. Nah,
you can see it in the pictures.
Mad.
You can see it in the pictures. Bro. There's like man crowded around gal, and it's like he's dancing. You can see like in pictures, man's dancing, but they don't know who to look at. Like the body's angled one way, and the head's looking the other way.
Bro, it was too much.
But to be fair, there was man them there.
Yeah,
but they were like, what was good is that there was a mixed group of people. Like certain guys came there with like either a girl or like a bunch of good friends or whatever. Yeah. And then there was like a couple man them. They're just at the back, but they're just on a proper vibes thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
And it's think about it. People hear R&B, they're like, whatever. No. This is fully. If you don't like R&B,
forget about it.
It's like saying, you're not a house man. I'm not gonna say let's go to audio hall, let's go House of Passion. Yeah. Because you don't like house. Right. There might be a hip hop and R&B room, but it's not the same.
Yes.
The belly of the audio the crowd coming are gonna be in the house room.
Yeah.
So for this one, if you don't like R&B,
slow jams specifically, because remember that's what I did on the story. On the story, I was saying R&B or whatever, which is cool. But then I had to come back and be like, no, hold on, wait 1 second. It's a slow jams thing. Yeah, when you come there, obviously there's R&B. R&B gets played throughout the whole night, basically, yeah. But you see, when I come on, it's slow jams for an hour minimum. When I tell you, like slow jams at the main time, like not at the end, last 45 minutes.
End of the rave.
No,
get the number.
It's in the middle of it. Yeah, we're playing games. You don't remember them tune? Bam, drop the rhythm. Everyone's vibing. Some you can see a couple new generations dons in there, a couple gal in there that not that familiar with the bar. You get what I'm saying? They might not know the Tyree Sweet Love tune like that. You might have heard it, but I hear it still.
Do you know what I like about slow jams? I don't know how people feel with other genres, but with slow jams particular, any slow jam I hear, it takes me back to a moment.
Yeah, strong.
When I was 60, like Avant making Good Love, for example.
Yeah.
Bro, one gal told me at the time when I was chatting to her, she said, make that my ringtone. Brother, every time I hear that song, she comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like, nothing happened between me and her. It was just like a little phase of, like when back in the day, you used to chat to each other more than usual. So you liked each other, but nothing really happened.
Right.
That one tune, she comes to mind all the time. There's nothing I can do to erase this memory. Yeah. Every time I hear that, boom, she comes to mind. It's mad. A slow jam's the only genre for me that does that.
It takes me
back to a moment.
Right. Genuine. There's like this tune here, yeah? Let me play it quickly. This tune here. Genuine tune. It's called Stingy, yeah? I swear. There's something wrong with my Spotify, by the way. But every time I hear that rhythm, yeah? I don't play that one out, by the way. But every time I hear that, I'm like, it just takes me right back to her.
So how can you play it when you're out? Obviously,
no, I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You ain't trying to hear that from your speakers.
But you know what? To be fair though, even though it takes me back to her, it doesn't make me miss her though.
Yeah.
It just takes me back to her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been
overlook
like,
it.
It's been a long time. Do you know what I mean? But the reality is that in that moment in time, that was just us. Yeah. Do you get me? Yeah. But a bag of genuine tunes.
We tried the concert thing. I think we brought over Eric Bellinger, and then we did LA under Faded.
Okay.
Headache.
LA shit, fuck. He's good as well.
Headache. That's 2 names. And then we had like a walk-in. Do you remember Yaris Sanchez?
Yes, of course.
Booked her for a Faded one time. Randomly, my brethren flew her over and was looking after her. Said, "Oh, Taser, do you want to come Faded?" I was like, "Well, it depends on the fee." He said, "Oh, yeah, my brethren, man, I'm nice." I said, "All right, cool." She's come to Faded, and you know, Janai Aiko's sister.
Oh yeah,
Mila J.
Mila J.
She's been to Faded as well.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the.
Is she piff in life, real life as well?
I can't lie to you.
Sensational stuff.
Yeah. It's just like the way Americans dress sometimes is a bit like.
Well, did she dress LA-ish? Like Compton.
Snapback was to the side.
Yeah. She does have that vibe.
She had the tracksuit, the tracksuit tops with no collar.
Yeah.
But then half open with the vest top. And it was a bit like, but it was her, innit? And she was, she's sensational stuff. I've seen Janae live as well.
That's funny though. You know when you see them girls looking like, they literally look like they stepped straight out of the Bronx.
Then they say dead ass Shan. Speak like that and all
gang
that.
Banging and that.
Bro, you can tell
like
the way
they gang bang your sister.
No disrespect, but I don't know. The Americans, I don't know. For me, a lot of them ain't got drip.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of them dress terribly.
Like the way they throw outfits together, I'm like,
Americans dress terribly, bro.
I think they just throw colours together. It's just colours. It's like, this has got orange in it, so I'm gonna throw it with jeans with orange in it, and then the trainers will be a normal white trainers, but they put orange laces. It's like, yo, you think
the women when they get in their feminine bag look really good though. Like they dress well.
Yeah, but I bet you any money is inspiration from someone in Europe.
True, maybe. But true. I don't know. Because their thing sometimes is just a crop top and a young Ras Clark legging. And it looks alright. Do you get what I'm saying? Remember the maxi dress era?
Yeah, but that's because man just saw body. No one had a maxi dress on that was a wavy maxi dress. It's just the way it looked on your body.
Yeah, that's part of the dress though, isn't it?
No, but I'm not looking at the dress saying, "Oh, that's a nice dress." The way your body's hugging the dress. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the dress. Like, it's like gym leggings. No one looks at the gym leggings like, "Oh, those are wavy leggings." Depends on who's wearing it.
Yeah, but that's always with clothing though.
No, because I can look at you and say that's a nice t-shirt.
Yeah, but that's the difference between.
Or those are some nice jeans.
Yeah, men is different though.
True.
Because obviously a part of this might be a slight controversial thing to say, but a part of like the way that some women dress is about embracing body. With us, we embrace body differently. We might fling on a light t-shirt. Okay, so like obviously man's been going gym and that, yeah. I'm very aware that there's certain t-shirts. I'm not going to necessarily wear a t-shirt that is like proper hugging my thing, but I might wear a t-shirt that shows that man's kind of thick. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Slim fit.
Right, yeah, exactly. I like thick thing.
Yeah.
But obviously also man them look at the brand of the thing, like, oh yo, that's Balenciaga, oh my god, a Mary G, oh shit, fucking hell, the trick. Like we do that stuff. With women, obviously it is like the colour of the dress and all these type of stuff. But it is sometimes as well like the way that the body kinda.
But that's why it'd be very difficult for me to get into women's wear.
Yeah.
Because everyone's size is different. Bro.
Is there any women that make men's streetwear? And that like that is them. It's not like a woman that is working with this don. Like like that. I wonder if
that's actually a good question. I don't know.
I actually feel like the right woman would be good at that.
Because a lot of women are in styling.
Yeah, exactly.
They style a lot of these like celebrities. A lot of women are the ones behind it, so they have the eye to be like, you know what, that would look good on you.
Yeah.
In regards to actually making the garment, I don't know. I'm not aware of any. I've been actually watching a lot of videos on YouTube about the history of certain brands that we actually, I guess, are seen gravitate towards. So like, Heron Preston, Balenciaga,
right.
Fear of God, Amiri, Ami, Laurel Dior. Something. There's bare brands, bro. Every single one of these designers that are killing it today have all crossed paths with Kanye West.
Early on.
Bro, this guy is so influential to our scene, yeah. It's mad. Virgil, Off-White, LV.
Yeah, of course.
Every one of them have crossed paths with Kanye West at some point in their career.
That's nuts.
But his influence, we don't give him his flowers, I'm telling you. Yeah, he's on the spectrum of like mad. He goes towards the sometimes. But bro, his creativity and what he's done for certain people.
Yeah, it is nuts, isn't it?
It's mad.
You know when a man's really in something? Like sometimes people say, yeah, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, but like doing it and being in it is completely different. I always remember the Breakfast Club interview where he was talking about the ceilings, innit? And he was just saying, like, you know, I can't remember what Charlemagne actually said, but he was saying something along the lines of like, but, you know, like, you're sort of there. Like, why are you just not happy with that? And he's like, but I can see what these lot are doing. You can't just put the ceiling over me and say, be grateful, when I know where you lot are going to get X, Y, and Z and whatnot. I want to go and get X, Y, and Z. Why can't I do it? Why can't I do it?
And he proved himself many times. Obviously, he done his collaboration with LV.
Yeah.
I don't know if people remember that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Then he obviously gravitated towards Nike. Then he done his 3 collaborations with Nike. And then he still wasn't able to negotiate a good deal. Like, they were still trying to put but you're an artist though. We only deal with athletes. That's how they were treating him basically. He's walked into a room where it's been dominated by athletes. Michael Jordan, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, what's my man's name? Allen Iverson, all of these man, yeah, Shaq, and then he say, yeah, let me get a piece of that pie, and Nike like, calm down. What's your performance like? Yeah, like you're not a sportsman, and he's like, yeah, I don't need to be. I can still do my thing. They're knocking him. Same way they were doing it in music when he's like, I'm a rapper, but everyone's calling him a producer.
Yeah,
it's the same feeling he was getting. So
yeah, I think as well, they probably just weren't like, you know, like them brands. Yeah, they probably things were changing so much around that time when he's coming in to do stuff. They're not embracing the change and they're not necessarily understanding the change. And part of the change is like from when Kanye was, obviously I know that this was happening before, but I'm just saying more from a commercial sort of standpoint. Yeah, that whole thing of, yo, this is gone. Like I'm making this, I've pulled it out and it is just gone. It's flying and you can't even get it again. Like, to a generation of people, that is a super, super new thing. But also, to them, like, that's not how they usually market their stuff and put their stuff out. They don't usually do it like that. Of course, it will sell, but it doesn't go it might not go that quick, and they might not have that type of issues with supply and demand or whatnot. But when you actually look at the benefits, the business benefits of doing that, there's this collaboration that's happened, Kanye and whoever else, it's gone, you can't even get it no more. And now everyone's actually fiending for it. And then like the reseller thing on the internet, boom, like you're looking online, shit's going up and up. He does the next one, bam, that's gone again. Boom, he does the next one, he collaborates with this one or whatever. To some old heads, in the beginning, they don't respect that because they're just not used to that. Now,
so it wasn't happening then. It wasn't happening then. So I'm talking about the early days. So like, for example,
how early?
I'm talking about, for example, when he brought out the Yeezy, the first collaboration Yeezys, where everyone was queuing up to get them. There wasn't that many people. It weren't like what the queues you see today.
But that's what I'm saying. though. The sentiment is still the same. People weren't queuing up like that.
But that's what I'm saying. So the severity, like, as in how big the situation was, I can see the old heads be like, yeah, but that's not a big deal.
Right.
And he's saying, yeah, but you haven't given me the opportunity to become a big deal.
Right.
To make it a big deal. Yeah. So obviously when he cut ties with them and they went over to Adidas was like, alright, cool, we'll take a punt with you. Because Adidas are always trying to go. Remember, Adidas's main goal right now, Nike's main goal when they first, remember, Nike is the newest brand of all of these brands. Yeah. Nike came in like, I think was it the 70s or the 60s. Reebok already existed. Puma already existed. Adidas already existed. So Nike's come as the new guys to the table. Yeah. And everyone's looking at them like, what are you going to do? And Nike were the first brand to do manufacturing in Asia. Right. Everyone else was doing it in America or in Europe.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? So Nike's come to the table like, they're the new kids on the block. So I guess that's why a lot of people gravitated towards them first. Because they're like, you lot are new. So you lot should understand. But I guess they got to a point where it was like, no. It's just athletes we're dealing with. Cool. So Adidas are like, well, maybe we can see what's going on. Kanye, come over here. Boom. And the deal he's per Adidas right now, he gets a royalty per shoe. Not a check a year.
It's a different thing.
It's a different thing,
yeah.
So I get a royalty per shoe. I think it's like 10% per shoe. So like each shoe's going for, let's say if a shoe's going for 170 or 180, £18.
Yeah.
Brother. Do you know how much bread that is?
Yeah, it's nuts. But that's where the change is though. The change is that though. When you got people queuing up all over the place, and then the queues start getting longer and longer and longer. And then you start seeing the value of the trainer raising. Then at some point, you have to follow suit. At some point, you have to say, all right, you know what? Watches are doing that now. I was watching a conversation with Poet and Kieran Richardson, footballer, who's like, he's a watch dealer. And he was basically saying that like, when you go into, Richard Mille, you go and buy this watch. The watch in the shop is going to cost, let's say, flipping 68 bags. You see the moment you leave that shop, 200 racks. Now, what they're doing is, that brand saying, is this what's happening now? Because at first, you could imagine like, obviously people are going into, do you know, actually, even thinking of this, I'm going to come back to this point very quickly, but it must be weird for some of the older heads to be seeing what's going on right now because their clientele is changing so drastically now. Like before, you would have had like a couple footballers coming and buying watches or whatever it may be and whatnot. But there's a lot of money out here, you know. And not only is there a lot of money, some people are not spending their money wisely. Like sometimes when a man gets his first 60, 70 bags, he's spending that whole thing on a watch. So now the type of clientele that they must see coming into the shops today, as opposed to like how it might have been 15, 20 years ago, must be a massive contrast because you're just getting roadman going and buying things. But
that's why there's a lot of watches where you can't just go in the shop and get them.
Yeah, no.
Like, certain particular watches, you got to be on a waiting list, and, and you've got to start from the bottom.
Right, you can't just buy the bad thing.
Yeah. They're telling you, all right, cool, this is the range, and you've got to show that you want to build a relationship. So you get the 10 grand watch, you hold that for a while. They see you wear it. Remember, your client, you're building a relationship. They see you rock it for a piece. You're happy about your watch. Then they say, all right, cool. 3 months or 6 months later, what watch you like? You go to the 10 to 20 grand watches. Bear in mind, you can buy the 20 grand watch and go on road and it's 40 grand.
Yeah, of course.
But you can't sell it because if you go back to that person and you don't have your watch, relationship's done.
Done. Do you
know what I mean? So they need to see that you're investing.
100%.
So that's the thing. I think that's how they're kind of tackling this whole.
But they're also going back to Richard Mille though. They also have a resellers thing as well.
Their resellers thing doesn't make no sense to me, bro.
So they've got like mad. Obviously you can buy from them.
Yeah.
But they also have, they can get the watch back and then sell it back from an extra P.
Oh, they look after their reseller market.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what Kieran Richardson was saying. He was saying, they've got obviously the shop, but they also got their resellers as well. So boom, the moment that someone then tries to take the watch and do X, Y, and Z with it, they could take the watch back and then sell it back at the same value that it is on the road.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's mad.
Interesting.
So that way, obviously, like
they control it.
They can control exactly, and you can control the money a little bit, because it must be a bit thing when you sell something for like 70 bags or whatnot, and then what? Someone walks out of the shop, it's now 200 bags. And then like, it's just raising. Nah, man, how do I get a little bit of that again?
My brother phoned me one time, he goes, listen, I'm going to tell you a conversation, obviously no names. He's like, there was a watch coming out and I had to phone someone. I needed someone who had P to buy the watch because I knew, same thing, buy the watch at RRP, then as soon as you leave the shop, the P on top of it is going to be crazy.
Right.
But I need someone to believe me because the original price of the watch is P's.
Yeah.
So it's just under 6 figures.
Yeah.
He's phoning around. A lot of his brothers are like, that's a mad thing to put on the watch, blah, blah. He managed to get one brother that believed in him and said, you know what? I see your thing, I'm going to do it. Donnie's contacted his connect wherever the watch shop brand is. They're like, yeah, we have the watch for you. If you really want it, we don't mind putting it aside for you. Boom, he's got the watch. Bro, when it finally hit the market, like, yo, his watch is available. 200 bags.
Mad.
On top.
Mad.
How much the watch was going for. Donnie made 200 bags.
Taser, look, can I tell you this, yeah? You see when I buy my proper thing, do you know what I'm doing the same day?
What?
I'm buying a fake one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm buying a proper thing and a fake one the same day.
Yeah,
if I go and spend, if I spend like 70, 80 rack on a watch, that same day I'm going market.
Buying the fake one.
I'm going market and I'm buying a fake one. And see when I go faded,
I'm wearing a fake
one.
Yeah. A lot of people do that anyway.
When I go wherever to, you get what I'm saying, Camden to wherever it is, Shoreditch to, I'm wearing that one. But then when I go to like my brethren's wedding,
yeah, you wear the real one.
I'll wear the real one. When a lot
of men have clocked that and they do that now. They're even selling fake watches with the authentic, like the card that makes it authentic, or the book, whatever, the logbook, or whatever they call it. They're selling watches with that as well. Just so, because it's peak outside.
Bro, let me tell you something. When I wear my fake, you see when I wear my fake thing and a man tries to stick me for it, yeah, I'm gonna move as if you're taking my like, oh no, fam, no, oh my god, bro, like, yo, bro, please, man, like, allow me, brother, like, come on, man, I'm just trying to cut through. I'm just gonna give him all of that.
Yeah, but what happens when he goes to Hatton, realizes this is a fake?
Ha 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 ha, straight on the pod, ha 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 ha. And you know what? If you catch me again, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. You won't know, like, no one, like, where I live and that, people don't just come to my yard like that anyway. So
technically, yeah, when you're an artist and you're on this fake watch buster, technically you shouldn't really care.
Bust me. Let me tell you this now, yeah. If I'm a rapper, I will be on the fake watch buster thing.
Regular,
and I'll own it. Bust me. Because I know at home, I know what I've got.
Yeah.
I know what I've got.
But that's what it is. It's a balance of, because remember, that's some people's downfall, you know. They want people to know that their thing's real.
Yeah.
Because me personally, I don't really care. Me personally. But I can't speak for anybody else. So that's why you don't see me do the whole mad lavish thing. It's only if I'm celebrating something that I will. But some people, they have to do it. Like, what I would ask you, Chuckie, is, why did you wear your 80 grand watch to Shoreditch?
Yeah, exactly.
That would be the question I would ask.
I'm not wearing it there.
But some people will like, I have to wear it. And I've heard bare story about a man got killed for his watch, literally on the side road of Shoreditch.
What, just standing outside?
He came out of a venue, and people clocked who it was. They're like, what's he doing here? Then they saw him turn a corner. They just followed him. Got into his Uber. They're like, hey, Uber, one sec, wind down the window. Yeah, you see your watch, off that.
Oh, what? He didn't, what, wait. They didn't come out on a bully thing.
No, they just saw him and they were like, wait, what are you doing?
So he just unclipped it.
What's he going to do? I'm not losing my life over my watch.
Yeah, but how did he know he had the stick?
I can see the watch. It doesn't matter. Forget the stick. I can see what watch you have. It can get to that right now.
Yeah, but how do I know? Okay. Let's reenact this.
Okay,
so the watch on your hand, standing outside the thing.
And the watch on your hand. Wait. The watch on your hand is 80 grand.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
80 now bags. You're in the Uber X or
you've just stepped out. Let's say you stepped out Ace Hotel. You just walked out. quickly try to go to your Uber's telling you, yo, side road.
Oh, I'm going to my
So you've gone to the side, you've gone to your Uber, you've gone to the side road. Right. I see, and my man them activate immediately.
Wait, so where are you and a man then?
Doesn't matter where I am.
Are you just on the road?
We're just on the side of the road, but we bucked you at your Uber. Told the Uber man, 1 sec. Wine on your window. Hello, Chuckie, you're right. That's a lovely watch you have there.
Yeah.
Take it off.
What am I going to do? Okay, so where am I sitting in the car?
Doesn't matter where you're sitting. There's 5 man.
Right? There's
5 man.
Answer my question.
Okay.
The Uber man is on the right because on
he's
the
on the side
car,
road now.
He's right, but he's obviously in the car on the right side of the car where the
yeah.
Am I sitting right behind the driver?
Nah, typically when you get into the Uber, you're opposite the driver.
Side.
Yeah. You're left side. You're behind the passenger. Behind the passenger.
So as I wind down the window,
you just see 2 man there on.
And he says, "Rah, like what? It's a nice watch there."
Yeah.
I look at him and say, "I don't even know my man."
The Uber's not getting involved.
My man and say, "What?
Uncle's not getting involved.
Uncle's not getting involved. What are you talking about? It's got nothing to do with Uncle. There's a man on Uncle as well. Saying, wait there.
Uncle's probably telling you that.
Uncle's telling you can, bro.
Yo, press the gas.
Gas? Uncle's not involved. You think this is top way where you can just say, yo.
Nah, you know what? You just have to just.
But I'm telling you.
You know, I'm gonna plead first.
Plead?
I'm pleading with man.
What are you pleading about?
Fam, I got kids.
Chuckie, we know you ain't got no kids.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I hear that.
Even if you have kids,
I hear that. No,
even if you have kids.
No, I hear it.
These men are not hearing that.
I hear that still.
They're hungry. They've just seen, yo, Hakkasan on me for 3 months if I get this watch off man's hand.
Bro, that's a mortgage.
No, but there's 5 man. No, but there's 5 man. They're gonna split the P in it eventually. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of man are just seeing that.
How much was the watch? Did you say?
I think the watch was between about 60 to 100 grand, depending on where.
Why was he wearing that there?
That's what I'm saying. Certain man that have that.
Like being from the streets, being from ends, yeah.
Right.
Why do people think it's okay to wear those kinds of watches in that environment when they know that everybody is trying to eat?
You say that
ego,
but ego, and also you say that you are from there, you've left there, you've made money, your mindset has changed.
Right.
So you kind of Casanova said it best. He goes, you know what? Obviously, a lot of these rappers have left the hood. A lot of them don't feel safe where they go because they're not familiar with this new place. So a lot of them want to go back to the hood. You see it all the time. Kodak says it. Who goes back to the hood often? RIP Young Dolph. He said it. He goes back to the hood just to get his food. Like, I'm familiar with this area. This is where I grew up. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people who still have red eye. Nipsey,
of course, that is,
Nipsey got shot in his own shit.
Yeah. I mean, look, the likelihood is you're like, if something's gonna happen to you, it's probably gonna happen to you. Like,
in your own block, or your own estate, or do you know what I mean?
That's why I like what Central C says. Central C says, Bush is where I'm from, but it's not where I belong. Do you get me? Like, yes, that's where I grew up and that. And like, I may occasionally on a light one go check my auntie or whatnot, but I don't really need to be. All the man them that are my proper certified, and I know we're talking about something completely different now because Central is an artist who is flying, yeah. But in that context, it's like all the people that I trust are with me. Do you know what I mean? I'm living out where I'm living. They're with me. I trust them. And I can just move however I move. A lot of these actually have got proper security in that now, which is good. But I'm just saying for regular, there's a lot of like regular kind of dons that have like super big watches on or whatnot. And I think that's cool because in this life, you should just be able to just wear your things wherever you go. You should be able to do that. But unfortunately, these things just happen, innit? And that's why for me, I would never buy a fake watch if I couldn't afford that watch because I don't care about the perception of how I might look if I've got this fake watch on. Or like, yo, I'm wearing this watch because I want to impress people or whatever. I'm only getting the fake watch because I can actually afford this watch. I've got it. I can afford it. And I like the way that it looks. And I like the way it looks on this arm or whatnot. But today, I'm wearing this one.
But I think that ties in with his point though. You know where you're going could be problematic. So that's why you're buying the fake watch. Because some people,
100%, yeah,
some people wouldn't buy the fake watch. Why am I buying the fake watch? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's why, like, for example, when
some people don't want to, do you know what as well? Sorry to interrupt you. Some people's ego is so big that they wouldn't even, the idea of them buying a fake watch to their new watch, they'd rather just get robbed with the proper watch than get robbed with a fake. Because for them to come out and say, rah, like I robbed my man's things, We've seen that before. I got my man's jewels. I got my man's watch. Look at this thing. Like, well, look, what is this? Then the internet starts interneting.
And then the other brother's ego kicks in because it's like, especially if it's a chain with a man's name on it, I have to get my chain back. There's that. And I'm like, bro, fuck your chain, man. Because also you could do the bad man thing where you go buy another chain.
Yeah.
You could do that, but the way the streets are, they don't rate you for that.
The streets will tell you that you're a pussy for even getting fake jewelry to match your
the rules are always changing.
Because you know what now? Man are looking at it like, if you get robbed, maybe not me, but if the ego don gets robbed for the jewelry, and then man go on the internet saying, rah, look at his shit. Like, this shit is dead. Look at it. It's fake. Yeah. If the ego don comes out and says, I got the proper thing, man is still gonna look at him and say, rah, you're walking around with fake jewels, then you're a pussy, or you're scared, you're shook. What? Let me tell you this, yeah? Let me tell you this. Look at me directly in my face. I'm a pussy hole. I don't mind. I do not mind. Rob me for my fake thing. I got my proper thing in my yard. You can go on the internet and do the whole internet thing. I'll like it. I will like the thing. I will like it. I'm not going to feed into it. I'm not going to I'm most definitely not going to go on the internet and say to everyone, hey, just to let everyone know, I didn't get robbed for that one. I've got the proper property. Like, however you lot want to see it is however you lot want to see it. The reality is it can happen to the best of you. But why the fuck do you think that you've got, people of like higher upper echelon driving around in bulletproof armor and like these lot? It happens to them.
They're taking precautions.
It happens to them. Like it can happen to anyone. But I don't mind. I mean, as I said, the same day that you see me going to A Jewelers and buying the 80, 90 bag thing, I'm going Wembley Market's not there anymore, is it? I'm going whatever market or wherever it is, in whatever shopping centre. I'm
getting the Reebok thing.
I'm going shopping centre and I'm saying to my man, can you get me one of these in that format?
I said it in that format.
Yeah.
I said gold plated joints.
Right, get me one of them. And that is me. Comfy.
It is scary though. Like, because, for example, we could kill it next year and decide, you know what, man's going to get the Lambo. Or man's going to get the Urus or Ferrari, whatever.
Now man wants to key up the thing.
And then you're pulling up to the dance, you're parking the car, you're in the dance thinking, my car's not even safe outside.
Right, it's true. That's true.
You got that. True. Do you know what I mean? Even like expensive, you know, like, for example, I bought a jacket. I'm not going to say the price, but I can't wear the jacket nowhere because I'm not leaving that jacket in the cloakroom. I'm not seeing that jacket. You give me my ticket, I am not seeing this jacket when I come back in 2-3 hours. So I don't wear the jacket. The jacket is in my room just chilling. And it's not a jacket I can take on holiday because it's too hot. The destination I'm going to, it's too hot. But it's a nice jacket. And I bought it because I was celebrating something. Do you know what I mean? But when I wear the jacket, I got to go somewhere it's cold. Because I don't know where I'm keeping this jacket on. And that's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one, but.
You know, just like lastly on this kind of, I always get jealous, yeah, when I drive down streets on sort of main roads that have like really big houses. And like, do you know why I get jealous? Not because I can't have the house. I can't have the house yet. But and I don't know I don't know these people's circumstances, yeah. But like, I drive past the house and I'm like, you are lucky to be able to live like this. Because if I could afford that, if I could afford this house, I couldn't have it here. I could not have this house here. Now, to be more specific, there's a Ealing. Yeah, Ealing's turned into a really nice area. Yeah? But there's been nice yards there from before. But there's like one, like it's on like sort of main road. It's a short road, but like there's like really nice houses around there. Yeah? Someone's knocked down the house, literally knocked it all down, and then built a mad thing. Yeah, and it looks so nice. It looks like a really, really, really nice house. Yeah. I drive past this house all the time and I think, like, I could just jump over that wall and just knock on the door. I couldn't live like that.
I think I know what you're talking about. And the house looks bare modern.
Proper modern.
I think I know what you're talking about. And it looks so different to the houses on the rest of the road.
So different.
Yeah. I think I know what house you're
talking about.
Big man. Yeah.
I couldn't, like, if I could afford that, I couldn't live on this road. Because I couldn't trust that, you know what? Like someone would like, you know, like, oh yeah, like Raj, this is where Chucks lives or whatnot, and then before you know it, that the whole thing becomes a thing, and it's like, you could just, that wall there, you could just climb, you could literally just knock the door, like, and I'm saying this to say that, like, obviously I don't know their situation, their circumstances or anything like that, but I'm like, like that to me is a scary thought, you know, the fact that I could have this, and you could just knock on my door. I think about all of the mad stuff that could happen in that scenario. A man could just knock on my door, blast off my wig now, and just drive off. Nah. If I've got a yard like that, I need a big space between the door and the gate. Yeah, I need a big space between that. And it needs to be high, my brother. You can't just go... By the time you get up and start climbing over this thing, things are going off.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There's alert and...
I used to dabble in a bit of extracurricular activities, yeah. So I used to do deliveries, and a lot of my clients had P. So there was one estate near Watford. I think it's called Moore Park. I used to meet man by the train station. I don't know if you've been there. No. There's a estate with houses, yeah. But when I first drove into this estate, first you go through and the funny thing is you go through some gate way before you get to the yards, and it takes a picture of your license plate, and it comes up on the screen like this car has entered this estate. I'm like, oh man, first time I've ever seen it. I'm like, okay, but I'm on the main road. I'm still like on the road, but I'm in the area now. They've clocked me from imagine going to Westfield, but they take your license plate from the motorway before you take the left or the right. It's like, okay. So now I'm pretty sure whatever security is on this land is aware that my car is in this area. Cool. Gone in the area now. Taking the left, I'm going up the road, and now I'm entering the estate with the yards. But the first 2 yards I pulled over. I looked at no curtains.
No curtains.
That's when I know you have people. No curtains. I can see in the yard. Yeah. But I'm just standing outside, I'm looking at it, and every single yard is different to the neighbours. Yeah. It's like they've just bought a piece of land and they've built their own yard. I'm like, in London? I'm like, wow. I'm driving down, but different yards, different whips. One yard had 8 cars outside, and all of the cars are more expensive than mine. 8 cars, 2 Ranges, 2 Porsches, 2 Ferraris, and the driveway still got space for another 8 cars. I'm like, where? Because obviously everyone knows about Bishop's Avenue. Oh, Bishop's Avenue. Yeah, everyone knows about Bishop's Avenue, but this one wasn't there. This one's more north. I'm like, what? Go meet the Donny. I'm like, brother, like, what? He goes, yeah, my dad's into I don't really... You know the man that don't know what their dad does, but they've got bare P. Yeah, it's one of them dons. I'm like, brother, keep calling me, man. I'm gonna keep linking you. This drive is motivating me. It's mad. Then I driven back out, and it says, thank you for entering the estate.
Yeah, okay. I need that.
And I've left.
I need that.
So literally, you could say to someone, I'm pretty sure you could tell the security guard, this license plate, don't let them in.
Yeah, of course.
You get to the gate, someone who lives here does not want you here.
Yeah, or when you get...
I mean, it's your money, not mine. I mean,
yeah, of course.
I think all of that comes with even the same period that I was doing this thing, I went to go link someone in Finchley. I've driven to the estate. Again, another estate. I pulled over, but I'm like, this doesn't look familiar. So I've looked at my phone to get the postcode. I've matched it to my car. But in the 10 seconds I've done that, there's a police car right beside me. So he's like, one says, hello officer. It's like, hey, you're right. What are you doing here? So I've come to meet someone. So why did you park here? I'm just double checking that the postcode's correct. He's like, oh, okay, cool. We've just had a signal. I said, signal?
Signal?
Brother, I drove here 10 seconds ago. Someone has already signaled the police.
No, I like that.
Do you know how mad that is?
Yeah, I like that.
It's not even called an estate.
Gated community.
That's it, man.
Bro, 10 seconds. I've just pulled over, looked at my phone, looked back up, police. Yeah. And he's like, so what's the postcode? So I think where I was N8, but I was supposed to be going to N9 or something like that. I got it wrong, innit? And they were like, okay, cool. Be on your way. I just kept it moving.
I told you be on your way.
Have you ever been with a rich girl? Like proper rich?
Not rich because she told me she was rich. I just went to her yard and said, yo.
Yeah, I've had one of them.
You know, you look around like,
you have no worries.
Yo.
No money worries.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, can I use your toilet, please? Oh, which one?
Listen, I went into one girl's yard here one time, right? Firstly, I got to the yard and I thought, fucking heck. Like, the yard was massive, yeah? Bro, you open up the front door and the first thing you see is a chandelier. That's when you know it's different. A chandelier right by the fuck as you walk in, and it's just there, whatnot, and there's like something over here, something over there.
The house got wings.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Left wing,
and
right
what?
wing.
We're in here by ourselves. This is nuts, bruv. Nuts.
I got offered sliders once.
Slow. You went to a girl's yard and she gave you sliders.
There's a stack of sliders. You take off your shoes and there's sliders, bro.
I respect that still.
Yeah, so do I.
I respect that.
Yeah, I respect. I
Keep
respect
your
that
shit at the
Keep
door,
your
man.
bum shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, but nah, like, I need. Yeah, man. I don't know. I need that. But like, money is a mad one, man. Like some of the things that money will make people do is crazy. Some of the things that money will make people do is crazy, and this is one of the reasons why I know this is not a conversation for today, but it makes you think. Yeah, the people that are in the 1%, like they control so much because money, bruv. It's just money. Do you know what? If you're a politician, let me tell you this. Yeah, if you're a politician and your job is to, look out for the well-being of the majority. You're representing the majority. Well, you're representing the country to a degree, yeah, or whatever your jurisdiction, whatever it may be, yeah. You can say all of what you want to say. You see me as the 1% Don? You see when I make that call to you and I tell you, brother, you see that one there, you're going to have to ease up on that one. That little like policy that you're trying to interject here.
That's it.
You're going to have to, yeah. Like, oh, what? No, but I've got to hear what I'm saying, brother. Here's...
Underneath the table.
Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, no. In fact, what's your charity?
Yeah.
What's your charity?
A little light donation.
What? Here's a quick, 500 rack. You know what I mean? Here's a lobster lunch for you and your family.
But
that's what I'm saying.
It's not about money anymore. It's about power.
But money is that.
No. Yeah. But again, it's weird. Like you can have so much money and no power and not be happy because you can't do anything with your money.
No, but that's because you don't know how. That's because you don't know how to do anything with your money. If you know how to do something with your money, you've got power.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Because you know why I say that? Because I recently watched a movie called Motherless Brooklyn. Yeah. And long story short, there's a document that's gone missing and they're trying to figure out what this document is and it will expose the whole like government in New York, whatever. But how we get to the story, we find out that one of the politicians is a power drunk to the point where like there's small things that they're doing, like so they're rebuilding gentrification basically. They're doing it, but it's the way they're doing it. So there was a statement that they made where when the area is going to be gentrified when they start building parks.
Yeah.
In the area, yeah. So start building parks and it's like, okay, cool, this area is going to be the new blah blah blah. And then the woman was arguing. The woman was of mixed descent, so she doesn't know where she's from. But as the story develops, you find out that basically her mum used to be house help somewhere, and this politician done a mad thing to the mum, and that's what happened. So he has it's weird. He knows that essentially black people we're okay, but the way he met his one was through power. I can do what I want with your body. It was that kind of vibe, but he loved her.
Right.
It was weird, but he violated her, and then as a result of that, she's given birth to a child who's hell bent on beating the system. But he's the one he's the dad, she's the daughter, essentially, and they both fight each other. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But you don't find out to the end, whatever. But there's a part in the movie where it's like he just talks about, I can do whatever I want. The moment I did that, I realized I can do whatever I want. It wasn't about the money; it was about power. So you are sitting in front of me right now, ready to expose me, and all I'm thinking about is how I can destroy you. Right. Literally, that's what he's on. I just want power. So even the city...
I'll be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? I can see how people think that.
It's mad.
Because you know why? The reason why I can see how people would think that is because if I'm starting to make some racks doing whatever it is that I'm doing or whatever it may be, my business is starting to flourish, whatever the situation is, yeah. And then I say, you know what? Like, let me just call this shot quick on a like random one. I'm just going to call this shot. Just need something to happen. Let's say, for example, I might need someone to go to your yard to test your temperature on something because I'm not really loving X, Y, and Z and a couple of things. It's not really within me to do that. But I'm then send someone to your yard because we've got a situation here or whatnot. They test your temperature, you back down or whatnot. Now I'm going to think to myself, cool. You know what, yeah? let me try and see if I can get this moved over there. Let me see if I can, because I don't like it over there. I don't like what's really happening over there. Let me try and see if I can get that to move over there. I call the shop now. They're telling me they can't really make it happen. But then I say, you know what? If I just give you that, if I give you this, can you make this happen for me? Yeah, we can make it happen. It then becomes about how far can I keep pushing this until I then meet some type of resistance. And that's what I genuinely believe sometimes happens in government, you know. I believe that they actually just keep pushing the buttons as much as they possibly can until, like, where is the threshold?
I can give you a real life example. Have you seen the documentary Dope Sick?
No.
So it's a real life situation. You know, like, is it in the 80s or 90s when the crack epidemic happened? Yeah. So now they have an opioid epidemic. Yeah. And the reason is because there's the same people behind the Pfizer. What do you call it? Vaccinations, all of that. Apparently they got shares in that as well. So there's this family in America and they deal with painkillers.
Right.
Opioids, yeah. So they've introduced opioids, and what happened is they changed the way they distributed them to the doctors. Right. And obviously changed the strategies the doctors were using to distribute them to patients. Right. So what they did was they said, listen, we know these opioids are strong, but we're going to need you to prescribe them. And the doctors are like, but these are too strong. They're like, hear what I'm saying. The more you push, the more money you make. Right. And then they changed the way doctors assess patients in the hospitals. So have you noticed, when you go into hospitals now, you always see this smiley face diagram. Right. And then they ask you, what level is your pain? Yeah. No matter what you say, you're going to say 5 or 6. Yeah. Because you want the strongest thing. Of course. Then they offer you these opioids. But it's addictive. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you're like, you keep coming back. Doctor, I want more. Right. And now they're prescribing you 100 milligrams. Now it's 200. And then now
someone's getting richer and richer and richer.
Yeah. And people are dying. But they're saying, yeah, but it's at the responsibility of the patient. Right. We recommended what they should be taking. If they take more, how is that on us?
And also, there's a big distance between the person who's making the big money and the person who's dying. So it's easy for you to compartmentalize that because you're far removed from it. If this was starting to happen within your family, if it was a big situation within your family, then maybe you might. Depends on how strong depends on what your morals are looking like. But if it's something that doesn't really affect your community or it doesn't really affect you,
you're in a circle.
You're in a circle and you're not seeing it every day. If every day I'm just going, like, the places that I'm in, I just don't really, of course I might see people sniffing coke and whatnot. That is kind of the thing that's in and around my circle. But I'm not seeing people dying like that. Like, it's easy for me to avoid. All I know is that there's money going in my account and I can make things work. And do you know what? Now that I've managed to do that, now that I've been able to do that, what else can I do?
But they're changing laws in the FDA. The people that are supposed to be policing them to say, okay, this drug is too strong or this drug is too addictive, that you got to change this, change that. They're on to them. Say, hey, what I'm saying, you don't want a piece of the pie? Change this policy. Like, they even got to the point where they changed the label. Because you know, like, if a drug is too addictive, I think it gets a black label. And obviously that deters doctors and patients from using it because it's like, that's got the black label, I don't want that. They found a way to word it in a way so it doesn't get the black label. Right. But then the people that were supposed to be policing that were okay with it because they saw it as, well, we're going to make some money off that. But there's, you got some people that are like, no, this is wrong. You got them people that want to fight it, but they keep hitting the ceiling because as they get higher, they reach someone with another bit of power who's in on it, and they believe, they're clean. So it's like me thinking, yeah, Chuckie's going to be on my side, and then I knock a certain door. You're like, yo, Taser, be easy, you know. Don't be knocking that door. Any other door, cool. This door, leave it. But this is the door I need to get behind. I finally get behind and I see you in there chilling with all of these white dogs. Say, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, but do you know what I might also do as well? If someone's like knocking let's just say now I'm the one who's dictating and I'm the one who's making the fucking peas and all of this type of stuff, and there's people that are trying to fucking get to me because they want to know what's going on and they want me to do X, Y, and Z and whatnot. If there's going to be someone that is eventually going to get to my door, someone's going to get to my door and be able to come to me and say to me, yo, what the fuck's going on? But you know what I'll do? Yeah, man, have that, man.
Yeah, no, but I don't want this. That's what I'm saying. I don't want this.
No, okay, I hear that. Then I'll give you a next one.
No, I don't want it.
Bro, I'll give you another one.
I don't want it. It's not about peace for me.
I'll give you another one.
It's not about peace for me. It's about bringing you down.
But what do you mean?
That's the difference. Like, who you are,
Right.
there's a lack of empathy there. You're just all about the bread. Like
Right.
you said, you're so far disconnected. Obviously, he is. I want
change.
My cousin died.
Big man.
I want
you're not
change.
hearing what, bro, you're not
Died,
hearing what
and
I'm
I'm
saying.
No, I hear what you're saying.
But what he'll do,
I'll
is make your
keep
life
doing
hell.
it.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
keep flinging you them
If you don't get the bread,
until let me finish. I'm gonna keep flinging you them
Yeah.
until you turn around and say, "Look, I'm gonna come back tomorrow and we'll have a conversation."
No,
From when you do that,
No,
from when you do that, from when I can get you
To
to,
do that.
say, Chuck, all right, look, I'll come back tomorrow because we'll have a conversation. But when I can get you to do that, I've got you.
I hear you, but this is my point. There's always gonna be people that are willing.
Then I'll wig you.
But there's.
I'll wig you then.
There we
Fuck
go.
it, bro.
I'm
I'll
happy
wig
you said that. But I'm happy you said
that's
that.
how they do it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's how they do it,
That's
yeah.
exactly.
If it's
So
not
you know
even a
what?
good thing.
Sorry, brother. Pass me that. You know what? If I'm gonna keep giving you this,
yeah,
and I'm gonna like go up and up and up with the money, yeah, or whatever it is, whatever fucking thing I can do to try and change your whole generations of fact, whatever it may be, yeah. The last time I'm coming to you is listen, like you're gonna take it.
You're gonna have to ship that done from Denmark or
Bro,
something.
you're gonna have to, bro. It's better you take it
That
than for
mortgage is
nothing.
tripling.
One
Your
second, my
house mortgage
brother.
is
One
tripling.
second. One second.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to take it, or at some point, you're gonna have nothing, my G. My tone is gonna completely change. You know what I mean? And then, you know what happens with that, and
So
that's why now
basically-
people get wigged.
So basically, you're saying that the system's just.
We're fucked, bro. I've been saying this. The system, there's like. Oh, bro. Do you know what? This is a whole other conversation. But I was even thinking about this the other day, yeah. That like, there's a sentiment in how the world is being run that I think is actually quite sick. I actually think it's good. The problem is people, yeah? And also the problem is subgenres of certain things. So for example, the most important thing that is difficult to establish just off the basis of life is what is right and what is wrong. That is the most difficult thing for us to establish. Now you're looking at me like, oh, of course we know what is right and what is wrong. What is right? What is wrong?
Not doing wrong.
What is wrong?
What is wrong though?
Because look, when I can tell you, yeah, whatever you tell me that is right or whatever you tell me is wrong, 500,000 years ago, that was right. And that was normal. And remember, people put in religion, which is cool because like the idea of religion, I think is pretty good, yeah, in a sense that it sometimes for some people, it gives people a moral compass.
But then
Yeah,
people
and-
interpret everything differently though.
Right. But let me just go to this, yeah. For some people, it gives them a moral compass or whatever, gives them hope, faith, whatnot, and a certain level of direction or whatever it may be, yeah. Now, one problem is that some people interpret it differently, but also another problem is that there's not just this one, there's that one, there's this one, and there's that one, and there's this one, and there's that one. Now, years ago, even with the thought of religion, remember the idea is that when you die, you probably are going to heaven. Or you're going to the Most High, whatever it may be. They sell you this package of like, when you die, there's, you know what I mean, God's
To
going to
control you here.
Right, okay, right? Now, with that, people would have used religion back then as their moral compass of what they felt was right and what they felt was wrong. But as we've moved on in time and within civilization, we've looked at certain things and said, do you know what? That one there is not really, I don't think that is really acceptable. But you know what? They was doing it in the name of their religion, in the name of their, so what does that mean that when you die that you're not going to this place now because now today we're seeing it as wrong? I don't think so. But if we go 5,000 years ahead or 10,000 years ahead, we can't fathom this at the moment. But there's going to be a time when they're going to look at us and say, they did what? You did what? I can't believe they did that.
Also,
so then, right and wrong, in the way that we know it, even today, is so subjective.
there's even another layer to your point, yeah. Even if what we assess today as right and wrong is right and wrong, the punishment for someone who looks like me and for someone who looks like someone else based on the same act is different. So that skews it as well.
But
That's your point about man is the problem.
yeah, but we are essentially the issue. But because we can't, as a whole, agree on what is right and what is wrong, the system is always going to be fucked because there's always going to be a different perspective on what people think is right and what they think is wrong. And also, there's also going to be a whole level of contradictory, because remember, we live a certain way in the West, but they live a certain way over there. Who are we to go over there? Who are we to go over there and say, you can't do that, that's wrong? Who are we to do that? Who are they to come over here and say you shouldn't do that? Like, who are they to do that? So if we could, which is never, ever, ever, ever going to happen, because this is my main point, this is why the system is so fucked, yeah? Because we can't just on this one thing agree on what's right and what's wrong, we are never moving in a positive direction, in my opinion.
True. There's nowhere.
You can't. It's impossible.
And everyone's history is different.
It's impossible. It is impossible. It is impossible.
But you know your point, yeah, in regards to what you were saying about the oranges, yeah, where you said I'm just going to keep giving it to you until
I
you
wig
get
you.
wigged, yeah. That's essentially what war is.
Exactly. And that's what power is.
These
That's what money is.
These men are communicating. They're definitely talking, but they just can't see eye to eye.
Of course, exactly.
They can't see eye to eye.
They can't agree on what is.
Yeah, you're telling me give up this land and we'll be okay. No, I'm not giving up this land. What do you mean give up this land? Do you know what this land used to be? This land used to be me and my families. And I'm giving it up to an.
But do you know what it is as well, Taser, yeah? Is that they can't agree on what is right and what is wrong, and on top of that, their right and their wrong is different to our right and wrong. These man are. My man's saying, rah, listen, fucking, I need X amount. Like, what are you doing? You can't invade that country because we're trying to do this and trying to get that from the gas and this and all of these. Like, we're trying to make money. You're fucking up our business over here. You can't do that. And my man's saying, nah, fuck that. They're not supposed to be with you anyway. Like, leave them to just do their own thing. If you keep trying to trouble them, then I'm going to trouble them. If you're going to come over and try and do X, Y, and Z, but then so they're having their argument, and underneath all of that, we're looking at them saying, but both of you are fuckery. What are you doing? You lot are arguing over money and that. This is my life. This is my life. This is affecting my whole life. And now my life is essentially different to my beliefs, and the things that I see as right and wrong is different to this person. It's nuts. The only way that you will ever see certain changes in the West, for example, significant change, is if literally the majority touched road. Do you know what that would look like? If let's say with Boris, for example, yeah, boom, we had that situation with Boris where we've had these lockdown restrictions or whatnot. These times my man's having cake and parties and doing all this and lenging gal in the number 10 and that. Because that's what I know what he's doing. He's chopping gal in there, yeah? So he's doing all of this outside, born with the man them, Hancock and all of these man, right? And then, now, we're looking at that and saying, like, we had family members that were in hospitals and shit, like, and dying on their own. They was all dying on their own. Like, enough of them. I couldn't go and see my dad. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. When we had a funeral, only, like, you could have 10. It was 10 people at one point or whatever, yeah? So let's just say we as the majority just agreed, nah. There needs to be significant change now. If we all touched road, the majority, remember, even the majority in this could turn around and say, yeah, X, Y, and Z is fuckery. But really, to actually touch road for like 15 million people or 20 million people went outside. All went to the centre of London or went to, congregated outside number 10 Downing Street or whatnot. 15, 20 million. Do you know how quick they would fart? They would have to make mad phone calls to do all kinds of stuff. But you know what? We're never going to do that. Because all you have to do is go on Twitter and see someone... Oh, shit, I've got to respond to this guy. All you got to do is go on Twitter, see someone tweet something that has something to do with politics, for example, and go underneath it, and you'll just see argument for, argument against, argument for, argument against, argument for, argument against, argument for, argument against. So as you have that, where do we go? We're never going to be able to say,
there's always a
we
but.
All agree.
Yeah,
we all agree on this.
There's always a but this and but that.
And then you have to incorporate the world. my belief system, our belief systems over here is not necessarily the belief systems in Russia. The belief system in Russia is not necessarily the belief system in Ghana. The belief system in Ghana is not necessarily the belief system in Australia. It's brother, like.
But that's why when the pandemic hit, yeah, and everyone's getting onto like Boris, like, what should we do? I'm like, bro, not that I felt for him, but what does he do? He doesn't know what he's fighting. No one knew what was going on.
Do you know what the problem Boris had?
But all we knew was that people were dying. Yeah. The places where people were supposed to go to get help were literally bursting at the seams, and it's having an impact on everything else. So what do we do? Because remember, when people are doing this whole, but the hospitals are not packed though, like they're lying to you. I spoke to nurses that were in hospitals. They said, listen, whatever they're saying on the news is a myth. We are up to our eyes trying to... And remember, you're forgetting, the same people that are, it's only a little cut, man. I'll firm it at yard. That same little cut, some people are calling the hospital.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So some people are getting, calling that, is it 111 now?
Yeah.
And then some people are literally can't get out of bed calling 111. So how do I measure?
911, isn't it?
No, they've changed it.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they've changed it. 999. No, you can still ring 999.
I was going to say,
I think that's more like if it's an emergency.
I'd have been fucked. I've been ringing
I think 999 is like an emergency, but like 111 is like someone broke into my car or something like that. Yeah, there's a different number that sorts out different things. Right. So a lot of people are just stinging the number and you're answering the phone. What's your problem? The cat's stuck in the attic. So why are you calling? There's so many calls that people are doing now that they were overwhelmed, and then everyone's looking at Boris saying, "So what do we do?"
But this is the thing, yeah. This is why it goes back just to this one basic thing in why life is fucked. Because forget Boris, any politician in a situation like that, or just in life, bro, is not going to be able to, from a majority aspect, understand, like, have people say, like, lean to what is right and what is wrong. There's always going to be a but. Like, with Boris and this, I'm not a Boris sympathizer, by the way, but it's like, he could have come out and said whatever it was that he was going to say, which he did, and there's always going to be people that are going to come out and say, but. And even if he did the but, even if another politician came in and did the but, there's going to be a group of people that are going to turn around and say, but. Same with Americans. The president can come out and say he can implement stuff. There's going to be a but.
But okay, I'm even doing the but, yeah. But we don't want to, what's it called again?
I'm not providing a solution, by the way.
No, I'm not saying you're providing a solution. I'm saying, but what we don't want is dictatorship. There's no buts. This is what it is, done. We don't want that. If you do the opposite, if you do but, jail.
Now, the reason why we can't have a dictatorship here is because of our conditioning. We can't have we couldn't have it.
No. If we woke up and it became that, all of us would attempt to rival against it. So what will happen is, let's use it as an example, yeah? So tomorrow it's a dictatorship, no more podding.
No, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it tomorrow because of our
No, but that's what I'm saying. What it's not going to be a gradual. Okay, even if it's a gradual thing, but I'm just saying, for example, for the sake of the pod, it's something that happens tomorrow,
right?
And there's a new policy that says no more podcasts.
Right.
You lot are pushing the narrative. We don't want. Shut up over there. Literally, that's the message. No more podcasts with the red alert sign, whatever it's called. Yeah, and you drop an episode the next day. I'm gonna sit there and be like, bro, Chuckie's going against the grain. Let me see what happens to Chuckie. If I now find out, Chuckie got head topped in his front door, do you think I'm dropping a podcast?
Nah.
Exactly.
But you can't run a dictatorship like that. And also, the reason why it can't work is because of our conditioning. We are not conditioned to have any type of dictatorship. The only way a dictatorship would ever work, is if we started again in life. And even then, because you know what would be interesting? If we started again in life, or if I could watch us starting again in life, I think, we would then be able to understand or get a better understanding of what is innately within us when we are born.
You know what?
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Reason being, is because the moment that we are born, we are taking in information that already exists. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Information that already exists. Yeah. So as we're taking this information or whatever, and we're in this society of how we do certain things or whatever it may be, yeah, you grow up subconsciously and consciously taking in all of the information that we can already see. The only way that a dictatorship could happen, yeah, or work, is if life started again, and it started from literally what actually happens when nothing exists. What is innately within us then? What happens then? When you put a baby, when you put a baby in a cage with a dog with no human beings in there, just with not a cage. I don't want to say cage, but let's just say just in fucking the bushes with a dog, which has happened before, by the way. You know that there's they found people that have just been raped. Actually, there's even someone tell me, someone will know this, yeah. Someone will understand this. But yeah, but there's somewhere I can't even remember which part of the world it is, yeah, but there's it's almost like an island that is protecting these people that are on this island. They've been there for thousands and thousands of years, and no one can go there. No one can't go in there.
Australia?
No, it's not Australia. It's this small little island. It's near a country. It's near a country, but you can't. It's protected by a country.
I don't know why Papua New Guinea is in my head.
Is it because of what? Because you're saying it's one of them Thai islands or whatever?
No, there's an island that has been untouched by humanity. There's people there.
Could you Google it as well? If you try and Google it.
But
you can't go there because
Yeah.
What's the Wi-Fi in there? Because I was going to Google something as well.
Yeah, it's there.
There's no password there, though.
The password's there.
What does that say? Oh.
But yeah, you can't go there. Obviously, when you look at the fact that they've been living a certain type of way. You go there, we could go and give them diseases that we could kill them off because of all of these type of things. Yeah, but essentially, going back to the point of, and I think the point I was making is that if you have a child or a baby that is born in and around just dogs and monkeys or whatever the fuck it is, yeah, how does that? What happens to that child then? What happens with consciousness? What does consciousness look like within that? What does consciousness look like within that? So, going all the way back with what I was saying with the dictatorship, yeah, the only way that there could ever be one, and maybe if we did go back to basics, yeah, and there was just people that was just born and nothing existed, literally nothing existed, and only what was actually within how we would naturally just grow with nothing existing, we might not even, dictatorship may not even be a thing. It would just be a whole bunch of stuff that we couldn't even fathom.
Yeah, but someone would have to. The point is, I hear what you're saying, but I guess because that's what Thing was trying to do, right?
You can say it. Say it. What is it?
The North Sentinel Island.
And what type of people are on there?
Sentinelese and indigenous people in involuntary isolation.
And how many people? How many people are there?
How many people are there? It doesn't say.
What's in there? What's the neighbouring country?
39 people, but it could be as high as 400.
So what are they incesting in that? Are they having sex with mums and dads and what are they doing? Are they how are they? What's going on?
So they're protected by India.
They're protected by India. Yeah, that's it. It's the same place.
It says it prohibits travel to the island and any approach closer than 5 nautical miles, in order to prevent the tribal community from getting foreign diseases to which they have no acquired immunity. The area is patrolled by the Indian Navy.
I've never heard of that. I'm gonna use that when I get in.
Recognise that islanders desire to be left alone and restrict their role in remote monitoring. They do not prosecute them for killing people.
So what? Okay, there you go. Why is that? The reason being,
that's the way they live.
Right, their consciousness is different.
I'm killing to survive.
Oh my god! Listen to this. It's not funny. The Sentinelese have repeatedly attacked approaching vessels. Such attacks have resulted in 2 deaths of fishermen in 2006.
Good.
And an American Christian missionary.
Good.
John Alaphan Q in 2018.
Good. So what? People that have gone there, these lot of wig them with bow and arrows and all that. Good. Anyone that goes there, wig.
Why are you coming to bother us, bro?
Wig them, and you can't prosecute them because you know why you can't prosecute them? What the fuck is prosecution today? They don't know what the fuck. What is that? So
their
now we're going to go there with our own ideology of how we live life and start throwing prosecution.
That's what they've done to Africa.
Yeah,
Like, this is what they've been doing. That's what I'm saying. They've been doing it. What you're saying about starting again is sick. Obviously, that's the whole premise behind Marvel, Thanos. That's when he, do you know what I mean? He wiped half instead of the whole thing, and he realized that the other half that stayed still have the memories of the other half. So that's what's still motivating you to continue the way you're continuing. I'm not gonna reach where I want to reach until I clear everybody. But then obviously he got wigged and boom. But again, there's even another movie like Eternals. It's on the same vibe because I watched it 2 days ago and it's on a similar vibe. Like there's Eternals, there's Deviants, and then there's, I can't remember what the third group of people are, but I think it's us as humans. And then the Eternals have lived among us to kind of protect us from the Deviants. But by living amongst us, a lot of them have fallen in love with us and they've seen us. They've seen the way that we behave in it, and they're like, as much as we do bad with the whole advancement of technology and where we've taken it, there's still good in regards to like joy, happiness, love. Like they've seen the human race, how they treat one another, and it's innate, like you said. Like I don't need to be told that you're someone who needs help. I can just feel it, and then when I offer my services to help you without no pay or nothing, no benefit to me, they see that as a genuine gesture.
But where did it come from?
It's innate. Is it? Some of it must be innate. You just genuinely.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just. I'm peeling back.
I don't have the answer to that question. But there's parts of you.
Is the feeling of knowing that someone needs help and providing help, that emotion, is that innate, or is that learnt behaviour that has made us then feel like that?
This is why I don't like when people film giving people money.
Right.
Because if it's just something that hit you, how did you get the time to film it?
Yeah, that's not that act there is not innate. That's learned behaviour.
But you can't teach empathy. You either have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, you're a psychopath.
Is that the legal study?
Yeah.
Legal definition.
Psychopaths don't have empathy. Or sociopaths.
Who are you to tell someone they're a psychopath?
I'm saying.
Let's go there.
You say based on the definition.
I'm saying that. Okay, but he's saying who gave that definition.
Right. So how do you assess if someone has empathy?
Right.
So I watched this program called New Amsterdam. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Right.
I haven't, no.
But there was this kid in it. It's not real. It's like it's a series. It's written. And there was this kid, and she was like 10 or 11, and she was around all these other kids, and she done some mad things, and then she was like crying, and then he was like, all right, let's be real, and then she's like, yeah, I don't feel bad at all about what I did. Still, like, man don't really care.
So why was she crying?
Man punched to pretend because she was trying to.
That's learned behaviour, though.
No, but she's acting because she's like, that is what the right thing should be. I know that if I'm sorry and I cry,
yeah, she learned that.
You know what I'm saying? But really, what inside of her, she don't give a shit. She stabbed you.
No, maybe she just doesn't give a shit about that.
No, but she doesn't, like, it's not like her parents raised her to be like, slap him.
Right.
And it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Like, from young, she was doing madnesses and not feeling shit.
Yeah, but Chuckie, how does a child learn to lie?
Learned behaviour.
Of trial and error.
Fear.
No, but it has to be trial and error, because my daughter can walk in now and say, Daddy, I want this sweet, and I say yes. So she's under the assumption that every time she asks for the sweet, she's gonna get a yes. Then one day she gets a no. Whatever that does to her system, she has to take in why he said no today.
Yeah.
Like, why is it a no?
Oh, so when you say, okay, interesting.
Why is it a no? Why is it a no? Every time I've asked you before, it's been a yes. Why is today a no? And is she smart enough to assess why today's a no? Because if I start telling her, yeah, but you've had too many calories today.
Yeah,
she's not going to what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? She's going to take it in how she takes it in. Maybe I didn't ask properly. Maybe I asked at the wrong time. Maybe he's busy. Like, there's going to be so many things that the child's going to take in that they're just going to ask again and figure out why.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because I always say, a child will tell you your breath stinks, you know. A 2-year-old will tell you, Dad, they'll tell you straight because that smell's not familiar to them.
Right. Yeah, but see, with the knowing of when to lie or how to lie, that's learnt behaviour still somewhere, though. Or unless we're saying that unless we're saying that there's something within us that is innate that has the ability to not to be deceitful, to show deception without you learning it.
Why is it deception? No, but Chuck, the point I'm asking you, why is it deception?
I'm using wrong words.
No, you're using the right word. What I'm saying is, Chucky, I want something from you. Yeah, I can ask you, to give it to me, like the orange. Chucky, can I have the orange, please? I'm assuming, sorry, that orange is yours, by the way. Can I have the orange, please? You say no. I say why. You tell me all of the reasons why I can't have that orange. Yeah, and I'm like, but you have the orange. Why do you have the orange then?
Yeah, but you're telling me this. I hear what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying.
Bearing in mind, you're telling me that we're having this as adults that have lived and been conditioned for our whole entire lives. What happens when we are born? What happens when we are born and we have no influence? Nothing else existed, but this is there. Do we fight over this?
Yes.
That is within us. It's innate. Fight and flight is within us.
Yeah, but it's survival. Survival.
Right. Okay.
That's in us.
Right. Okay. So then, learned behavior is negotiation.
Yeah, because I might be full of one slice of that orange, and I could actually give you the orange after I'm done with it.
So we learned how to negotiate because we didn't. You wouldn't just. It's black or white, innit? Either I'm having this or I'm not. I'm having it or I'm taking it.
But whose is it? Remember, when I first said it, I said it was yours.
Where did negotiation come from?
Trading.
And performance as well. Because if you look at the Wolves, yeah.
How do we learn how to train?
There's only one enforcer. There's only one alpha male at any given time. And the reason being is he's beat the previous one. Someone nominates themselves and the next one comes in and says, no, I'm better than you. So they fight.
Wolves are different.
Why are they different?
I was reading about this. They're a family. It's not man, them and that.
Yeah, but
man, them and that.
Your wife, your cousin, your
No, I hear you, but what I'm saying is who taught them that behavior? It goes back to Chucky's point.
They just learned from the last person.
What do you mean the last person?
It started somewhere.
The last wolf.
But it started somewhere.
It starts somewhere though.
But like instinct. Internal.
That's the point I'm trying to understand.
What is your question?
His question is, all of the things that we do today, where did we learn it from? If there was at one point nobody existed but one man.
Okay, no. Just to because that is that. But what I'm saying is as well is that remember we was talking about dictatorship earlier, yeah?
Right.
The only way that like dictatorship couldn't happen now at all ever anyway because we could never agree on what is right and what is wrong. Now, if we go back to if we try to decipher what is right and what is wrong, we have to go to the root, which means we have to go, the root is no influences. It is what happens when you are a child or at birth or wherever you've come from, the chicken and the egg, whatever the fuck, yeah. And there's nothing to influence you. What is innate within us? If we all have pretty much the same things that are innate within us,
yes,
then we would probably all be able to move forward in what is right and what is wrong because we're going back to the basics. But then the argument is flawed because I don't believe that every child that is born with the same thing of whatever happens.
No. Do
you get what I'm saying? So then you could maybe have a dictatorship within that because it's so early on, but we couldn't have a dictatorship now because we can't decipher what is right and what is wrong. You can do it then because there's nothing there.
But with a dictatorship, the dictator tells you what's right.
Right, but you know what? We're weaponizing dictatorship, by the way. Because when we're saying dictatorship, the immediate thing is being told what not to do.
And what to do. Yeah. I'm telling you what's safe and what's not. Is what I'm saying. I'm telling you what you can do and what you can't do. And if you do what I'm telling you,
but we're looking at the weaponized form because we've seen how bad dictatorship is.
Have you seen a good dictator?
No, because we're conditioned to not understand dictatorship.
No, but they can't. No. But there can be a good. But that's what
of course they could.
But have you seen one?
I don't know.
No, but the only reason
I'm a good one.
No, but the only reason we haven't. No, but the only reason we haven't seen one, or we would argue and say we haven't seen one, is because of how many different communities there are. So a man could be a dictatorship with his people, and it benefit his people in his village.
Agreed.
And he believes that this is the way it works because I know we get 500 litres of water this summer, so we can't afford to have 5,000 people. That's why we keep it minimal. Do you know what I mean? Like when China decided to adopt the one-child policy, it wasn't because I want to kill all the kids. It's because, bruv, we're overpopulating this area. We're not going to be able to exist past this. So we need to have one child per family. Whether or not that's right or wrong, that's what that person in power at the time felt like he needed to do.
Right.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So we looking at it as an island with bare land could go over there and be like, no, you ain't got to do that. But he's like, bruv, you're not from here. So how are you going to tell me what I should and shouldn't do?
Right.
So that's why I say I can't argue with a dictator. Obviously, we see the bad side of it. The first dictator that comes to mind is my man Mugabe. And no one speaks of him in a good light.
No.
When he was in power. But imagine having a president in power for like 60 years.
Well, that's what Russia's
man ain't trying to change but
Putin's not coming out for fucking however long. He's there until fucking 2098.
I mean, we got a democracy where we're like, okay, cool.
Do we have a democracy?
No, but I'm saying every so often we vote. Every so often we vote.
Yeah.
Every so often we vote.
But everything else.
I mean, every so often we vote. But over there, they're like, bro, I don't care about your votes, bro. I'm in power. We're doing what I'm doing.
We don't
Fall in line.
We don't really have a democracy, though. I don't think we have like.
We like to
somewhat
believe
of a
like we do.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know,
we're so split that it's fucking.
But you know, it all goes back to, if you look at most of these people's policies, yeah, it all goes back to what you said in the beginning.
Go on.
Power and money.
Right.
Yeah, ambition as well. I would say.
Power
ambition
and money.
to do.
As in, at the beginning. Okay, let's put it this way.
Power is ambition.
There's old money and there's new money. Yeah.
Power is ambition.
Old money's patterned in it. New money, as in somebody. Let's say you've just made $1 billion. Yesterday, you done something crazy, you made $1 billion. Now you're up there, but you're still here, yeah? But now you're like, I'm not really levels with Chuckie anymore. I'm not really levels with you. I'm trying to go up. Now there's ambition. Now there's whatever. Now you realise, now that I've got all the bread.
Brother, in a nutshell, bro.
You see the beauty of podding?
You
see the beauty of podding? What you just explained now is what Kanye West was going through.
Yeah, but that, like, basically ambition is a subgenre of power.
It's getting to it, and when you're there, you want more.
Because really, when you have power, or when you're striving for power, obviously that is an ambitious thing to want anyway. So I think it's just a subgenre.
But where's the ceiling?
There is no ceiling, bro. You just keep moving it until. You just keep moving it.
But some people might be content with 10 yards, and then some people might be content with 10 skyscrapers, and then some people might be content with building a whole country. Like,
well, it depends on what power is now, but that we're getting into something different now.
No, but it's still ambition. The ambition was, as a child, I want to own a piece of land. I want to own a building. Some people's building might just be a mall. Some people's building might be the whole flipping Dubai.
Yeah, but when I'm saying with what people usually these people are striving for is power and money. Power and money makes things happen, yeah. Mm-hmm. But with power comes ambition, because you can't want power without having ambition, because you need to do a whole bunch of stuff, that ambitious stuff, to get the power in the first place. You don't, unless you inherit it.
So ambition comes first then.
Yeah, it's a subgenre of power though.
For example, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, ooh, I could do podding better than Chuckie. Let me sit here and watch Chuckie pod. And one day...
No power, ambition.
Nothing, no power. I got nothing. All I'm doing is press this. And one day I'll just be like, now's the time, innit? Chuckie's ill.
So it's ambition.
Let me release something on the channel. He's giving me access to everything. Now it's my turn. I'm going to take over. Oh, everybody loves me. 200, let me make a new thing. Now I have power. Not as much as you, but I have power.
But what is the thing that you're striving for?
Not in this situation.
Power.
Exactly.
So it's a subgenre.
But it gets you.
Because the main thing you're looking for is power.
But it's niggas with ambition that ain't got no power.
That's true. But what we're talking about in the context of the conversation,
but
though, is to make things move.
You need power.
You need power and money.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And so to make things move, of course you have to be ambitious. But the main thing you're going for is power.
For sure. Because that's what allows change to happen.
But also when you keep saying the ceiling moves, you know, like you can get a certain level of power, and then all of a sudden, the power that you wanted is not the same. It's not the same. It's all tasting a bit different.
Yeah,
you don't want the orange
that's
now.
True. Yeah,
you don't want the orange now. You're like, nah, I want pineapples. And now you want a dragon fruit, or you want a flipping, you want a flipping fruit from the jungle of that island. You just mentioned.
But sometimes it just comes down to things of like you just want things that you don't even want. It's like what? Like, what have you, man, got? I don't even want that, but I don't want you, man, to have that. So I'm going to have that.
There's that as well.
Do you think there's unlimited power, or do you think somebody's allowing you to have power?